Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Mark Lynn. Namaskar. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates the newly built Maharishi Valmiki Airport. He also flags off 6 Vande Bharat trains, 2 Amrit Bharat trains at Ayodhya Dham, and the Prime Minister dedicates several projects, infrastructure projects, to Ayodhya. Parts of North India, including Delhi, enveloped in a dense fog. The India Meteorological Department issues a cold wave alert for parts of North India. And in sports, the Australian women's cricket team notches up 258 for the loss of 8 wickets against India in the second ODI at Mumbai. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the newly built Maharishi Valmiki International Airport in Ayodhya on Saturday. Phase 1 of the airport has been developed at a cost of over 14.5 billion rupees. The airport is equipped to serve about 1 million passengers annually. PM Modi visited an exhibition at the new airport. The facade of this terminal building depicts the architecture of the upcoming Ram Temple in Ayodhya. The airport is named after Maharishi Valmiki, who wrote the epic, the Ramayana. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a public meeting as well in Ayodhya, and he laid the foundation stone of multiple development projects worth more than 150 billion rupees for the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. A major chunk of these projects are for Ayodhya and its surrounding areas. Addressing the gathering, the Prime Minister said that the entire world is eagerly waiting for the historic moment of the consecration of the Ram Temple on January 22.
आज पूरी दुनिया उत्सुकता के साथ 22 जनवरी के ऐतिहासिक क्षण का इंतजार कर रही है। ऐसे में अयोध्या वासियों में ये उत्साह, ये उमंग बहुत स्वाभाविक है। भारत की मिट्टी के कण कण और भारत के जन जन का मैं पुजारी हूं और मैं भी आपकी तरह उतना ही उत्सुक हूं।
Well, the Prime Minister also said that the shared strength of development and heritage will take India to the forefront of the 21st century.
आज के भारत का मिजाज यहां अयोध्या में स्पष्ट दिखता है। आज यहां प्रगति का उत्सव है, तो कुछ दिन बाद यहां परंपरा का उत्सव भी होगा। आज यहां विकास की भव्यता दिख रही है, तो कुछ दिनों बाद यहां विरासत की भव्यता और दिव्यता दिखने वाली है। यही तो भारत है, विकास और विरासत की यही साझा ताकत भारत को 21वीं सदी में सबसे आगे ले जाएगी।
Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the redeveloped Ayodhya Railway Station, renamed as Ayodhya Dham Junction Railway Station in the temple town. The Prime Minister flagged off 8 new trains on the occasion, and these include 2 new Amrit Bharat trains and 6 new Vande Bharat trains. And before flagging off these trains, the Prime Minister interacted with students on board the Amrit Bharat train in Ayodhya. He interacted with the passengers as well. Prime Minister Narendra Modi received a grand welcome after landing in the North Indian city of Ayodhya. He held a mega roadshow. The Prime Minister was showered with flower petals and his cavalcade. The Prime Minister's visit to the city comes weeks before the consecration ceremony of the Ram Temple, scheduled for the 22nd of January. PM Modi has envisioned to develop Ayodhya with modern and world-class infrastructure while improving connectivity to the region. The projects have been designed in line with the city's rich heritage and history. The newly inaugurated Maharishi Valmiki International Airport in Ayodhya received its first flight. The flight that took off from Delhi for the airport in Ayodhya landed in the afternoon of the 30th of December. Passengers could be seen deboarding the plane in excitement.
Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram!
In other news, Pakistan's election body has rejected the former Prime Minister Imran Khan's nomination to contest the 2024 national elections. This was announced by the Election Commission of Pakistan on Saturday. It is to be noted that the scrutiny of the nomination papers filed by the candidates to contest the general elections of 2024 will continue until today, which is the 30th of December. Now, appeals against the acceptance or the rejection of these nomination papers can be submitted until January 3, and decisions on these appeals will be made by January 10. The list of candidates will be displayed on the 11th of January, and candidates will have the option to withdraw by January 12. And some other news now. Flooding in the railway tunnel near London forced the cancellation of more than a dozen trains linking Britain with the European mainland early on Saturday. The cancellations, which so far concern at least 14 trips between London and Paris, Amsterdam or Brussels. These are now the second blow for the Eurostar customers during this holiday season. Visitors took to breaking bottles, plates, and they also used appliances to release their frustration and bid adieu to the year that's gone by ahead of the New Year's Eve in the northern French city of Lille. Now, thought to originate in Japan in the late 2000s, the Rage Room, as it's called, it's confined spaces actually, where visitors don protective suits and then they break their way through to vent out their anger. Well, China has welcomed a total of 17 giant pandas back home from various countries around the world in 2023. So far, 18 countries and 20 institutions are cooperating with China on protecting the beloved bears. New York City's Times Square in the United States filled up with confetti as it started preparations for the iconic New Year Eve celebrations on Friday. Visitors and locals watched as organizers tossed confetti into the air in a few enthusiastic trial runs.
Happy New Year! Oh, man, look at that! Oh my God, that is like a force of nature. Okay, we are going to
India's Minister of Information Broadcasting, Anurag Singh Thakur, on Saturday launched the official Government of India calendar for the year 2024 in the national capital, New Delhi. The theme for the 2024 calendar is Hamara Sankalp Viksit Bharat. Each month of the calendar holds specific themes reflecting the government's achievements and contribution to India's development in the last 10 years.
तारीखें बदलती गई, महीने बीतते गए, कैलेंडर पर साल नए चढ़ते गए, पर जो बदला नहीं वह सेवा का हमारा भाव, दागदार भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त सरकार का दावा, गरीब कल्याण की प्रतिज्ञा, विकसित भारत के निर्माण का संकल्प। तभी तो देश आज एक स्वर में बोलता है, भरोसा बरकरार, मोदी सरकार।
Well, amid the excitement to bid goodbye to 2023 on Sunday, India's national capital, New Delhi, the police, they have issued an advisory to ease overcrowding on New Year's Eve. According to the advisory issued, exit from Rajiv Chowk metro station will not be allowed from 9 p.m. onwards on the 31st of December. Entry of passengers will be allowed till the departure of the last train from Rajiv Chowk metro. Commuters are requested to plan their journey accordingly. Now, the metro services on the rest of the metro network will continue to remain available as per the regular timetable. The India Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for dense fog in Punjab, Delhi, Haryana and Chandigarh, indicating the highest level of warning. A thick blanket of fog in the national capital resulted in visibility reduced to few meters. The low visibility impacted railways as well as flights. Now, as the cold has intensified in the national capital of India, homeless people have taken shelter in shelter homes. The sudden cancellation of flights and trains, this cancellation has affected travel plans and also onward journeys for many passengers going out on vacation or, even business meetings. The Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, is set to launch another PSLV C-58 XPOSat mission. It's scheduled to be launched from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota on the 1st of January 2024. The PSLV will launch the XPOSat satellite and 10 more payloads. The ISRO says that this will be India's first dedicated polarimetry mission. It's going to study the dynamics of bright astronomical X-ray sources in extreme conditions. Still to come here on DD India News, DD India Live. Residents in California brace up for more wet weather over the weekend, a day after massive waves slam the coastline. A global summit on transcendental meditation is taking place in Hyderabad.
In 2023, the world faced unprecedented climate challenges, yet positive strides were made. Join us as we unravel the significant environmental milestones globally and in India. From climate action to conservation efforts, what happened in 2023? Let's find out. At these times, only on DD India.
You're watching DD India Live. I'm Mark Lynn. Across India, a transformative movement is gaining momentum. It's called the Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. It's the largest ever outreach initiative of the Government of India, and it's bringing the promise of empowerment as well as a brighter future to the doorsteps of all Indians. The Yatra reaches Chhindwara district of the central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh, and it's providing information about government schemes and introducing the Nammo Drone Didi scheme. So under this initiative, the government plans to spend about 12.6 billion rupees. This is to provide drones to 15,000 women, self-help groups, aiming to empower these women and also to strengthen the ongoing campaign through drone technology, the Nammo Drone Didi scheme. It demonstrates drone flights, showcasing the technology's potential to bring savings in time, as well as medicines and fertilizers. The Kashi Tamil Sangamam Phase 2, which had started on the 27th of November, will conclude today. The Kashi Tamil Sangamam 2.0. It celebrates the age-old links between the Tamil culture and Kashi that has existed since centuries. As part of this Tamil Sangamam, the Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts has set up a stall to exhibit the replica of the Sengol of the Kashi Tamil Sangamam Phase 2 in Varanasi, and of course the sacred symbol of fair and equitable governance, the Sengol. It was seen as a symbol of the path of service duty to the nation. It was adopted by the Chola Empire of South India in the 11th century. The Sengol was also a sacred symbol of the transfer of power, and on August 14th, 1947, India's transfer of power took place through the handing over of the Sengol to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The same Sengol was installed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi near the chair of the Speaker of India's lower house of Parliament in the new Parliament building. Dr. Sujit Kumar Chaubey, who's in charge of this stall at the exhibition, he said that its replica has been put in this exhibition so that people can understand the message behind the Sengol. India's BJP National President J.P. Nadda on Saturday released a postal stamp. It's commemorating 200 years of the Indian origin Tamils in Sri Lanka. At the BJP headquarters in the national capital, New Delhi, Nadda acknowledged the significant contributions of the Indian origin Tamils in building the plantation industry and other crucial infrastructure in Sri Lanka. The event is expected to strengthen the bonds between the two countries.
People had migrated to Sri Lanka at that point of time. And we all know that Britishers had their own intentions at that point of time. They had encouraged the Sri Lankans, the Tamilians, to migrate, to go to Sri Lanka, because they had started in the early 19th century, they had started the economic activities there. And they wanted people to work there in the fields. And at that point of time, the Britishers encouraged the Tamilians, our Indian origin Tamils who went there, as working in the fields.
As part of the Rajasthan cabinet expansion, several BJP MLAs on Saturday took oath as ministers in Chief Minister Bhajan Lal Sharma-led state government. The Governor, Kalraj Mishra, administered the oath. Earlier in the day, Chief Minister Bhajan Lal Sharma paid a courtesy visit to the Governor Kalraj Mishra. And the Chief Minister Bhajan Lal Sharma travelled to Delhi as well to meet the BJP senior officers ahead of the cabinet expansion. In the latest from the Israel-Gaza conflict, Israeli military, they have on Saturday released footage of troops working in the field. They were uncovering a tunnel shaft, as well as this footage showed airstrikes on Hamas targets. The Israeli army said that in the statement that its forces had continued to operate throughout the Gaza Strip. They said that airstrikes eliminated more than 15 armed terrorists. The military also said that they were operating in the area of Beit Lahia, which is in northern Gaza Strip, and they had destroyed 2 military buildings which were used by Hamas. Meanwhile, Poland has said that a Russian missile entered Poland's airspace before heading to Ukraine on Friday. The chief of the General Staff of the Polish Armed Forces said that this missile penetrated about 40 kilometers into Polish airspace early on Friday. The incident occurred during one of the biggest missile and drone attacks by Russia since the conflict began in February 2022. The United Nations Security Council met on Friday to discuss the situation in Ukraine. The urgent meeting of the 15-member council was convened at the request of Kiev and its allies to address the strike. Several council members, including the United States, France and Britain, expressed condemnation of the attacks on Ukraine. Residents in California brace up for more wet weather over the weekend, a day after massive waves slammed the coastline. A video footage showed residents cleaning up as the waves sent ocean waters rushing into the homes, inundating homes and businesses with sand, salt water and other ocean debris. Workers spent Friday morning stacking sandbags in the event that more rain forecast for the weekend combines with strong winds and high tides. More news now. Well, the Carolina Centenary Bus, the Carolina Centenary Bus terminus, it was inaugurated by the Chief Minister, the M.K. Stalin, in the city of Chennai, which is in South India and the capital of Tamil Nadu. The bus terminus is one of the biggest development projects in Chennai. It has a capacity to operate more than 2,350 long-distance buses. India has reported 3,997 active cases of COVID and 743 new cases in the country in the last 24 hours. 7 people have also died. 3 deaths of patients were reported in Kerala, 2 in Karnataka, 1 in Tamil Nadu. A total of 178 cases of the JN1 series variant have been reported from 9 states till the 29th of December 2023. India's Lake District and popular hill station Nainital in the northern state of Uttarakhand was decked up for the new year. A 15-day-long international summit on transcendental meditation began in Hyderabad, one of the cities in South India, and over 10,000 people from 132 countries participated in the event. It promotes peace and harmony through transcendental meditation. This event is being spearheaded by the neuroscientist Dr. Tony Nader. In sports, the Australian women's cricket team notched up a competitive total of 258 for the loss of 8 wickets. This is the second ODI that's being played against India in Mumbai. Elise Perry and Phoebe Litchfield slammed half-centuries, and Alana King played a cameo, scoring an unbeaten 28 off 17 balls. In reply, India were at 63 for the loss of 1 wicket when reports last came in. Earlier, the Australian captain, Alyssa Healy, won the toss. She elected to bat. The openers added 40 runs, largely because of sloppy fielding by the Indians. The duo also got a reprieve as the host dropped a few catches. Now, For the second wicket, Perry and Litchfield then added 75 runs. Perry scored a quick-fire 50 of 47, and Litchfield held her end up. She hit 63 off 98 balls, playing the sheet anchor role. And the Australian innings wobbled after the duo departed, but a late flurry from Annabel Sutherland, Georgia Wareham and King, they ensured that the visitors set up a challenging total, and for India, Deepti Sharma took 5 wickets for 38 runs in 10 overs. Australia are in the lead in this series. It's a 3-match series. They won the first match. Well, that's all we have in this edition of DD India Live. Let's know your thoughts on the news of the day. Connect with us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India Live. My name is Mark Lynn. From all of us, thanks for watching DD India Live. Namaskar.